Radhe Radhe. The Compassion Challenge is a journey into the self. It allows you to build a relationship with all of the parts of yourself. And this is so important. This is a theme of the challenge, is this building of relationship. Because when you have two things and there's a relationship between them, then love can flow. And love is really the goal. And it's so beautiful because the way we get to the goal is through these loving practices. And so in the Compassion Challenge, you're going to learn how to develop different practices that help you invite more love into your heart. You may feel this coming into your heart, like physically, emotionally, mentally. You may feel it in different parts of your body. You may experience a heightened sense of feelings and of connection to these aspects of yourself that maybe you've known about for a little bit, or maybe you're just getting to know for the very first time. The Compassion Challenge is the entire month, and so it's really important to honor your journey. And I say this because we've done this program for a number of years, and in the beginning I wanted everybody to do it all. And I know the benefits of doing everything, but that's not always available. And what I've seen is that people really receive exactly what they need. And so whatever you can show up for, whatever you have time in your schedule for, we invite you to come. And one thing that you may find is that if you wake up once for one of the morning meditations, it makes you feel so good, it affects you so much that naturally you're going to want to wake up for the next one. And even if you can't make it, you're going to be thinking about it and cultivating this energy that is driving you into this pathway, into this trail of compassion, of love. You can look at us. We've been on this path for a decade, and here we are learning more, diving deeper, going deeper into this relationship of what it means to really, really love yourself. Realizing the love within you that is self, that is who you truly are. So in week one, we're going to lay the foundation. We're going to welcome everybody to the group, making sure we all feel really comfortable. You'll learn how to take pause to really calm down. This is a beautiful week of grounding and centering. And then in week two, we're going to, now that we're all like feeling pretty comfortable, we're going to actually rip open some wounds. We're going to look at suffering and dive into really what's frustrating you, what's like bothering you, that's disrupting you from staying into this place of peace and love. And then in the third week, we'll dive into a little bit more tools, and so we'll teach you some tools how to develop a compassionate attitude, which a compassionate attitude is really an attitude that helps you feel love, that helps you go within the heart and have the energy of the heart expand outward. And Mahatma will give you actually some really nice words, so you're like, okay, now I understand what she's talking about, but don't worry, that's in a few weeks. And in the end of the challenge, the final week is really about just like celebrating where you are, and then acknowledging that you get to keep going. You get to, if you're conscious and if you want to. And that's important because it's like this desire of really going inward and of exposing the parts of yourself so you can wrap them in love. It's not a one quick band-aid and then you're done. It's not a quick fix. It's actually a journey. It's a process. And so honoring your process and really experiencing this journey is so important. And in the last week, we help you just really celebrate exactly what you did, even if it was only one video, which somebody did one year. They're like, I made it to the final video. I'm like, that's amazing. You know, it's really amazing. And then, of course, acknowledging the realizations that you have, because because realizations can change your life. And when you're around saintly people, and when you're around these really elevated souls, then like realizations can come and they will literally change your life forever. And so how do you nurture those? And how do you carry them forward? And that's how we'll close the challenge. And so really the best thing that you can do to prepare is first just like look at the schedule, get really comfortable with the schedule so you know what you're doing each week with when the lessons are Sunday night, the morning meditations, Thursday evening, those are the 2 night classes, the homework assignment, looking at when you have time to maybe really dive into that. And then emotionally, just allowing yourself to take this time to feel deeply and to acknowledge the most authentic part of yourself. That was part of the challenge actually this year when we back months ago we're talking about it pre-India when it was a little bit more material consciousness. um, we were talking about basically being in these circumstances where you feel like you're not really talking about anything. People are lost and confused and they're not really sure what they're saying, and you feel a little bit like you don't know if you belong. A lot of people changed since the pandemic. A lot of circumstances changed since the pandemic, and I think that um, there are there's quite a few situations where people are just feeling a little bit like unsettled and maybe turning towards some less desirable traits, and you might not really find that you want to go that way or do that, and so really ultimately after exposing these conversations that were happening or in hearing about it from others, it was like people were like, I just want to be authentic. I want to be able to authentically expose my truth, authentically share. Also, I want to be able to be heard and to listen to other people sharing their authentic truths. And that really is what this challenge is about. It's a beautiful space that allows you to listen to yourself, share. I promise you'll be heard. We'll create space for you, and then of course you don't have to share, but you get to honor that authentic being, and we can go as deep as the group wants to go, honestly. And so if anybody has questions or things that they want to bring into this challenge, then we're here to serve you and inspire you to live in from and with this most authentic part of yourself. So we're excited for the challenge, and thanks for being in the group. Namaste.